Hello everyone, welcome to this episode. In this episode, we are going to understand the concept of palindrome. So let us begin. So suppose if we have any sequence like a string, so the string is wow. Now if we try to reverse that string, the output is going to be wow. And here, the original string as well as the reverse of that particular sequence or string is same. So in such cases, that string is known as a palindrome string. And this is not only limited to string, and in case you have paid close attention, when I began the opening statement about the meaning of palindrome, I used the exact word sequence. So it could be any sequence, it could even be a number, 101 is a palindrome number. Similarly, it could even be a timestamp, let's say 11. This is also a palindrome timestamp, or we can even say 11, 11 and 11. This is a palindrome timestamp. Similarly, 11, 11, 11, this is a palindrome date. Or we can even have something like 11, 11, 11 and then 11, 11, 11. So this is a date time, joint date time type of variable and its value 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11 6 times, and this is also a palindrome. So any sequence when reversed is equal to the original sequence, that is known as a palindrome. And we can use stacks to check if any sequence is palindrome. And there is other way also for strings, I know the other way. So we are going to discuss both the methods. So for computing the palindrome, we have to reverse that number or we have to reverse that string. And we are going to use for both the operations the data structure known as stack. So I have already written programs to show the demonstration of palindrome numbers and palindrome string. You can go ahead and check on my YouTube channel about all these programs. So let us go ahead and clear the screen. And let me tell you the logic about reversing a string. So this is the easiest one. You have a string, let us say A, B, C, D, E, F. So this is any general string. And then you have got a stack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this stack is not limited to 6, but our string has got 6 numbers. So what we are going to do, we are going to start reading this string from this location, and every character will be pushed in the stack. So A, B, C, D, E, F. Now let us go ahead and pop all the elements from the stack and write them in the same sequence we popped. And that is also going to be interesting. So it is going to be F, E, D, C, B and A. So this is how we are popping all the elements one by one. And this actually gives us the reverse of that particular string. Now, if this reverse is equal to the original string, then it is palindrome, otherwise it is not. So this is the very simple logic, and we have already written a program. You can check the next episode of this entire series. We can also check whether a string is palindrome or not in other way. Suppose there is a string A, B, C, B, A. So if it is a string with odd length, then don't worry about the character in the middle. Just check from this direction, okay, that you try actually pushing all these elements into a stack, okay, till we are in the middle. So A and B. And then when middle is over, start popping the elements from the stack. And if that actually matches the rest of the sequence, B and A, then that particular string is palindrome string. And if it is an even string, something like A, B, C, C, B, A, then there is no middle element or there are two middle elements. So you actually push all these three elements into the stack saying A, B and C, and then pop them back and match them with the other half of the string. And if they are equal, then it is palindrome, otherwise it is not. Now let us go ahead and check for the number, and it is going to be a bit complex. So let us see how to reverse a number. So I have a number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And here we have a stack, a very, very tall stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there are two operations involved in this. First one is number modulo 10. And we are going to push this in this stack. Push number modulo 10 and then number equals to number divided by 10, integer of it, int of this entire thing. Okay, so we actually do this till this number is till we get actually this number divided by 10, or this number divided by 10 equals to 0. Okay, so it is very easy. I'll tell you how it works. So first, let's compute the number modulo 10, and it is 5, and let us push it to the stack. And then number equals to number divided by 10, integer of it. Then the remaining number is this. In the second iteration, we have 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay, so this is the everything. And when we have it at 1, okay, and next time we try to do number equals to number divided by 10, the result is 0, and there we are going to stop. We are going to end that loop there itself. Okay, because once we push actually this number modulo 10, 1, and here if number equals to number int of number divided by 10. So if I divide 1 by 10, the result is 0.1, and integer of this 0.1 equals to 0. And here is the location where we are going to terminate our entire loop. So we can actually write the condition if number, if not number, then break. And we can put this entire stuff in the while loop, while true. So this is how we can put all these elements in the stack. And now while popping all these elements, what we do till stack is empty, we are going to pop all these elements. Okay. While stack is not empty, and let's say I equals to 1. So we will pop an element, and our reverse rev equals to 0. Reverse equals to reverse plus I multiplied by pop of the stack. So we are going to pop an element from the stack and multiply it by I, and then we are going to add it to this variable reverse, and I equals to I multiplied by 10. So let us actually run it. So the first value is 1. Okay, and then the second value is 1 plus 2 multiplied by 10. Similarly, 3 multiplied by 100 plus 4 multiplied by 1000 plus 5 multiplied by 10,000, and here the stack becomes empty and the loop is terminated, and we have the number 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So this is how we can reverse the digits in a in a decimal number, because we have to actually compute the positional values of these numbers. That's why we are using this I, and we are multiplying it by 10, because this is a decimal number, right? So this is how we can reverse a digits of a decimal number. Now we can compare the original number and the reverse number, and we are going to get the output. Okay, so if the original number and reverse number is equal, then it is a palindrome number. and if it is not, then it is not palindrome number. So this is how we can compute if a number is palindrome or not. First of all, we have to reverse it using all this technique. First of all, we have to push all the individual digits into the stack, and then we have to take them out. Then we have to multiply them with the positional value of 10 raised to that value. Okay. And because this is actually the positional value of this one will be the 10 raised to 0, then 10 raised to 1, 10 raised to 2. So I didn't want to make it complicated. That's why I directly just took I equals to 1 and then multiplied by I equals to this. But we can actually even just like increase this, and then let us say 10 raised to I, and all that sort of stuff we can do. Okay. But I just wanted to keep it simple. So this is how we can compute whether a number is palindrome or not. So I hope that you have understood all the concepts, how to reverse a string, how to compute whether it is a palindrome or not, and then how to reverse a number and how to compute whether it is palindrome or not. So this is one of the most important steps in basics of computer science. So I want you to get comfortable with this. So next we are going to see the program in the programming language of your choice to check whether a string and a number are palindrome. So thanks a lot for watching this video lecture. Do let me know if you have any questions or queries in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot once again, and I will see you in the next episode.